We've been here before, fighting against the things that make us unhealthy, fearful, and lonely. While fitness centers closed their doors, we opened ours wider. We ran towards the front lines, providing childcare, food, support, and hope. We charged forward. As you begin to reset your life, consider joining more than a fitness center. We are a movement that says yes. Yes to the vulnerable. Yes to the isolated. And yes to swimming, fitness, and Zumba. The YMCA is so much more than a gym. We are a cause. A cause for a better us. Join a cause.
Good morning, Y family. Welcome to yoga. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. It is great to be here and to have this opportunity to share yoga with you. If we have anybody new today, just remember to do what is best for you. I'm going to go ahead and talk through and give you options, choices. So remember, just be kind to your body, be humble. And whenever you need to, just take a break and come to that restorative posture. We'll do a little flow today, so we'll flow through. Then we'll do some stuff that will be on the mat. We'll also incorporate some balance. So if you know that you might need assistance for your balance, maybe you want to grab a chair to have nearby, or you can use a wall, whatever works for you to go ahead and do that. You want to try to think about connecting your breath with your movements. That's part of yoga. And if you can, it'll be mostly nasal breathing, so breathing through the nose. However, the most important thing is we tell you just to breathe. So making sure that you just breathe through it. All right, so let's go how we're going to get started. Let's take it down to a seated position. So coming down to a seated position, relaxing those hands onto your knees. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. All right, let's go ahead and come to our breath. Inhaling nice and full through the nose, filling the belly with the breath. And then again, exhaling through the nose. As we breathe, we want to go ahead and exhale and put our focus on our practice this morning, letting go of all the outside distractions. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes, or you can find a focal point, a drishti. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Just coming to that breath. As we breathe, we want to go ahead here. Think about as you feel that belly like balloons with your lungs filling up with that breath. And then exhaling here, pushing and pushing the air out. Letting the breath help energize you. So let's go ahead and cup our hands onto our knees and start to move with us. So as we inhale, we're going to come back here. And then exhale, bring our chest towards our knees. Inhaling as we come back. And exhaling as we come forward. Pressing it back. And coming forward. Good. If you have any problems, if you can't hear me, let me know. We're good. Awesome. You can pause whenever you need to hold that stretch. As you come forward, let's go ahead and now take ourselves into a circular motion around that clock, stretching it through. Beautiful. All right, we're going to go ahead, release, and take it the other way. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming back to center, hold it right here. So today I want you to go ahead and unwind. So take that left knee, take it behind you. So we're basically starting out here at almost like a modified pigeon here to just open up those hips a little bit right away. Let's inhale as we lift those arms up. Exhale, bring that hand down, and then stretch over and across. Breathe it through. Reach through the pinky. And now inhale as we sweep to the other side. Exhale. And then press again and extend. Inhale back to the top. Now this time let's just fold and walk forward for a moment. Just fold forward, hinge forward. Forearms down, just relax the head. And just check in here. How are those hips feeling? And then walk ourselves back in. Release it, switch sides. Sweeping that left leg forward, right leg back. Beautiful. Inhale as we lift. Left hand again, fold forward. Forearms down, just relax into that exhale. Breathing here. And then walk our hands in. So let's come right into child's pose. So we're going to lift ourselves up. Now we're going to bring both knees towards the outside of the mat. Toes are together. And sit back to the heels. So this is into your extended child's pose. Arms are forward, hips are sitting back. And let's go ahead and sweep the fingertips to the toes. And exhale as we sit up onto those heels. Breathe it through. Come forward, place the hands underneath the shoulders, knees come underneath the hips. And let's roll ourselves into a nice cat-cow. So go ahead, inhale, roll through the spine, drop the crown of the head and the tailbone. And then exhale as we bring it back up. And then go ahead and roll through that spine. And then release. 2 more with your cat-cow. 1 more with that cat-cow. And then we're going to go ahead, inhale as we roll the toes under. Exhale into your first downward facing dog. So stepping back into that downward facing dog, having some nice little space between your toes, just about 8 inches, 12 inches there. And then we're going to go ahead and then just pedal those feet out, inhaling and exhaling as you drop one heel towards the floor and bring that knee in towards the chest. Let yourself just kind of move through this. So do what feels good for you here. Spread your fingers nice and wide, feeling the knuckles into the mat. You're going to go ahead, the pits of the elbows turning in and they're framing the face. So those biceps just frame that face. And let's hold here. Inhale, we bring both knees in. Let's drop those hips. And then exhale, press and extend. Inhale, we bend those knees. Exhale, press and extend. 1 more here. And you do not need, those heels do not need to touch the floor. They're just stretching back. Hold. Let's hold here for a breath. Strong down dog. Inhale, we soften the knees. We look to our hands. We're going to walk our feet to the hands. Heels are going to come underneath the hips. And then exhale here as we hang forward. Just hanging forward here. Releasing your arms down. We can even shake them out. Good. And let's go ahead. Place the hands into the crooks of our elbows. Releasing tension in the neck. Let's shake the head yes. And then shake the head no from side to side. Focusing on no inhibitions and no fears. Shaking the head yes. Very nice and easy. And let's just hold here for a few breaths. Just scanning up the backs of the legs. Feel the low back open up. And then just walk the fingertips of your mind up each vertebrae. And breathe into that. 1 more breath here. Now we're going to inhale, release those arms to the floor, exhale. And then from here, we're just going to roll up just halfway and come into like monkey bear. So we're going to step outside our mat, just let our arms sweep from side to side. I'm just going to move forward here. Hi, Linda. Hi, Karen. And we're just going to go ahead, just sweep from side to side, releasing, and then we're going to slowly come up. And we're going to slow it down, lift. So feel your balance. Transfer that weight from side to side. So this is just a little Tai Chi warm up here as we go through. Good. 2 more. Last one. Let's hold the heels right here. We're going to go ahead, turn the toes outside. We're going to inhale as we lift up. Exhale here into like a horse stance. So draw those shoulder blades down. So we're just going to get a little warmth in our thighs here as we just drop down, tailbone dropping to the floor. Draw that belly in. Now inhale as we lift up and exhale. And again, we're going to reach. And some people like to call this like a sunflower. So we lift up And then we drop down and reach. And down. Good. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Just warming up into those thighs. 1 more. Exhale. Hold right here. And let's go ahead and just step again into that monkey bear. Releasing. And let's bring our feet together. So walking it in right here. Let's come into mountain. Standing nice and tall. So bring your big toes together if that feels comfortable and you feel stable underneath. Right here, you want to feel that you are grounded, that you are rooted to the earth as you stand tall, nice and strong. You're lifting heart center up to the sky. Reach the fingertips to the floor. Palms are open, spread the fingers wide just to feel that stretch and awaken the body here. Inhale here as we lift ourselves up. A little back bend is optional. And then exhale as we press the palms through and forward fold. Inhale here as we lift up into half lift prepare. Exhaling here as we fold. Palms come down. Let's step back into that high plank position here. Lowering down, the knees can come down, elbows along your side. Let's open up into cobra. Elbows back, lift the heart. Release it here. Roll the toes under. You can use the knees as you exhale, press back into downward facing dog. And breathe here. So hold your down dog. And this is one of your first down dogs here. So if you need to go back to that pedaling of the feet and doing what feels good for you, go ahead and do that. And now take 1 more breath. Draw the quads to the hips. Inhale, soften the knees, look to the hands. Feet comes to the hands. As you lift up into half lift, prepare. Exhale here as you fold. Inhale, soften the knees, draw the belly in, lift yourself up. And exhale to center. Inhale, sweep. Exhale and fold. Inhale, prepare, gaze up, half lift. Palms come down, step back into that high plank position. Again, you can use the knees, flatten the feet, elbows along your side as you open up into your cobra. Lift with that heart center. Lower down, roll those toes under, press back, belly in, down dog. Breathe. Again, those biceps framing the face. Draw the quadriceps up into the hips, so active thighs to help support here. Inhale, soften the knees, look to the hands. Feet come to the hands as we lift up into half lift, prepare. Exhale here as you fold. Inhale, sweep, inner thighs come in, lift up to the belly. Little back bend is optional. And center. Inhale, open. Let's go into B, sit back, Uttanasana. So we're going to sit back into that chair or fierce pose. Sit the hips back, reaching here. No mic. Reach. Reaching here, good. Sitting back, draw the shoulder blades down. Beautiful. Hips back. Breathe. Inhale as we lift. Exhale as we fold. Inhale, prepare, half lift. Palms come down. Step back into that high plank position. Elbows along your side. Chaturanga. Shift the weight forward as we come into up dog. Lift up top. Roll the toes under. Exhale into downward facing dog. Breathing right here. Inhale. Right leg reaches. Three-legged dog. Lift it high. Hold for a breath. Now inhale. Pull the foot into the buttocks. Bring that right leg forward. And we're going to come up into lunge. You can either drop the knee coming into that crescent lunge, or if you feel prepared, you can go ahead. You can go ahead here. Come up. Pull that back knee away from the floor. Inhale, palms come down. Step back here into the high plank position. position, elbows along your side. Shift the weight forward, open up into up dog. Press back, exhale, into down. Inhale. Left leg reaches, hold it up there for a moment. Reach it long, take another breath. Stretch it here. Fold the foot to the buttocks, bring that foot to that hand. You can drop the knee, sweep yourself up into that crescent, or you can be up. Remember, those hips are spinning forward, stacking that front knee over the ankle. Draw that back heel back to the back of the mat. Inhale, palms come down. Step back here into that high plank position. Elbows along your side, open up right here. Up dog. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. And breathe. Take another breath right here. Inhale, soften the knees, walk the feet to the hands. Lifting up to half lift, prepare. Exhaling as you fold. Inhale, soften the knees, sweep yourselves up to the top. And exhale, Utkatasana. Right here. Breathing here. Breathe. Nice. Inhale as we lift. Exhale, fold through. Inhale, prepare, gazing up, half lift. Step back, jump back, float back, high plank position. Shift the weight forward, coming down in chaturanga. Open it up into up dog. Press back, exhale, into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches, three-legged dog. Go right into that, pull that foot forward. Spin the hips forward as we lift up here into that crescent. Remember that knee can always be to the floor here. We're just warming up. And then inhale, palms come down. Step back again into that high plank position, lowering down, chaturanga, opening up, pressing back into down. Beautiful. Go ahead here, switching sides, right leg reaches nice and long, three-legged dog. Pull that foot to the hand, pull the belly in, sweep yourself to the top, and drop. You want to think that the shoulders stacking over the hips here as you spin those hips forward. Breathing through. And then inhale, palms come down. Step back into the high plank position. Lowering down, chaturanga. Opening up into up dog. And then exhale back into down. Breathing here. Remember, whenever you want to, you can always come to that child's pose. Sit back to the heels. Forehead can come down. Fingertips can come to the toes. And you can breathe. Or some people prefer to be in their downward facing dog and using that as the restorative posture. Let's come back to our down dog. One more breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, soften the knees, look to the hands. Feet come to the hands again. Lifting up, lengthen that spine. And fold, exhale. Inhale, sweep ourselves to the top. Draw that belly in, lift ourselves up. Exhale, right into Utkatasana again. So coming back into that chair, sitting back here, pulling the shoulder blades back. Beautiful. Breathing here. Let's come into some revolving. So bring those hands here to prayer, to heart center. As we sit back into that, feeling a little warmth in their thighs. Let's go ahead and warm that up a little bit more. With that breath, we're going to go ahead and move, taking that left tricep to the outside of the right thigh. So when you're ready, go ahead and take that breath and then sweep it across to the outside of that right thigh. You can sneak that across there with that prayer, bringing those hands towards heart center, revolving, twisting. Tailbone is shining a beam of light to the back of your mat. One more breath. Now, if you want to, you can release or just lift those arms up and then exhale as you twist to the other side. Just carrying a little bit more warmth for a little longer into those thighs. Breathing here. Thinking about that top breastbone pulling up to the sky as you revolve. Knees are in line with each other in the front and staying behind the toes. And now inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you fold through. Inhale, prepare, gazing up, half lift, prepare. Palms come down, step back, Jump back, high plank position, shifting the weight forward, lowering down. Little tricep push-up here, lifting up. Up dog, press back, exhale, into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches nice and long. Pull the right foot to the right hand, lifting yourself up again into that crescent lunge. Exhale, breathing right here. Beautiful. Palms come here through to heart center. Take a breath. And then we're gonna go ahead, inhale here as we lift up. Drop the back heel into warrior two, proud warrior, exhale. So now take a moment, check your base. Front heel lining up with the back inside ankle. Good. Arms here, coming out from the shoulders. We want to focus on the shoulders stacking over the hips here. Front thigh, you can think about it sneaking parallel to the floor. Front knee again, second and third toe, so you feel the stretch and the openness in the front of the thigh. Back knee pulling away from the mat, quadricep pulling to the hips. Your hips are facing the long length of the mat. Exhale as you breathe into that. One more breath right here. Come back here into reverse exalted. Now you can keep the weight in the front thigh, or if you need to take it off a little bit, go ahead and feel free to do that. Or you can stay into that lunge. Another breath here. And now inhale as we come forward. Forearm can just rest gently onto the thigh. And then we're gonna take that top arm and reach it here, long overhead. Holding here as you go through. Bracing the belly, top breastbone to the sky. Take one more breath here, and then come back into, again, that reverse exalted. Breathe. And then slowly, let's go ahead. Windmill the hands to the mat. Step back to that high plank position, shifting the weight forward, lowering down chaturanga. Opening up into up dog. Press back, exhale. Into downward facing dog. Inhale. Left leg reaches nice and long. Pull that foot in. We're gonna go ahead. From here, lift yourself up into that crescent. Breathing right here. And then we're gonna go ahead, inhale as we lift ourselves up, drop that back heel to the floor. Exhale here into warrior two, proud warrior. So into your proud warrior, take that moment, check your base. So you can peek down, sneak at those feet. You maybe drop the shoulders for a moment, bring those hands to prayer so that you're center, stacking the shoulders over the hips. Breathing through, and then when you're ready, float those arms out. As you float those arms, focus on not reaching through. We are stacking here. Long spine, crown of the head to the tailbone. Breathe it through. Come back here into reverse exalted. If you need to, remember you can take a little bit off of that thigh. Otherwise, you can stay into that. One more breath. Inhale as the forearm comes to the thigh, nice and gentle. Exhale as you bring that arm up and over. Length, you want to think about the length from the heel up through the side. You're pulling that string with your pinky as we breathe through here. Take one more breath. And then from here, come back into reverse exalted. Exhale. And if you need to, take it off. Breathe through. One more breath. And then slowly windmill your hands to the mat. Step back again into that high plank position, shifting the weight forward, lowering down chaturanga. Open yourself up into up dog. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog and breathe here. Remember, if you need to, this is great opportunity to come into that child's pose or just work here in this restorative posture. Relax the head. Turn your gaze to the back of your mat and breathe. Inhale, soften the knees. Look to the hands, feet come to the hands as we lift up into half lift prepare. Inhaling here as we fold. Inhaling here as we sweep to the top. Exhale, hold for a moment to heart center. Breathing here at the top of your mat. Breathe. We're going to add a little balance into this. Let's inhale here. Exhale as we come back again into that Utkatasana. Breathing here. Good. I'm going to bring those hands here to heart center. And as we sit back here, we're going to go ahead and peel the right heel up off to the floor. We're going to be transferring the weight into the left leg and then standing up with a single bent knee in front of the hip. So a single bent knee balance. So let's inhale as we sweep up, push into the left leg, lift up and out of that. Good. And we're going to hold and balance here. Breathing right here. Arms can come outside. Nice balance. If you feel comfortable, we're going to go ahead and open up with that right knee. Open up to the side. If you'd like to, drop that right hand and then just gently push open. Find that gaze. How we doing? Looking towards the front of the mat. Looking towards the front of the room. Find your balance. And then we're going to slowly go ahead. Bring that leg back to the front. And we're going to go ahead and now kick the leg forward and flex your foot. Squeeze and hold. Brace the belly. We're still moving through. We're going to go ahead into a standing modified pigeon. Soften that left leg. Cross the right and come back into that prayer. Breathing here. Right? I said a little more balancing today. Did you find that chair? And then we're going to go ahead and inhale as we lift. Exhale back to center. Release into your mountain. And you can take a nice little shake out on those legs. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Come back into your nice mountain pose, feeling grounded, rooted to the earth, because you need the earth here to help stabilize. You need to really focus on drawing the belly in, the core, to help stabilize. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, sit back again into Utkatasana. Exhale. We're going to bring those hands here, prayer to heart center. Doing the same on the other side. Let's go ahead, peel that left heel up off the floor, right? So we're just kind of beginning that balancing. If you need to, maybe like lift that foot up and down just for a moment, just to take that brain and make sure you're engaging that brain and getting it prepared for the balance. And then when you're ready, inhale. And we're going to go ahead, lift that leg up straight to the front, right in line with the hips. Breathe and hold. Breathe and hold, balance. So before you do anything else, find the center balance first. Find that focal point. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and take that left hand and just gently open up. Holding here, your palm can open. Breathe. Take another breath here. Coming back to center. All right, we're going to go ahead, take that leg to the center, and then kick it out, press it out, extend it out, stretch it out. Quad, flex your foot, pull the toe up to the sky, up to the belly. And then we're going to go ahead, coming into that standing pigeon, cross it over that leg, and then you can kind of fold down into that. And breathe. Open that knee up, feel the openness there of the hips. One more breath. And then inhale as you lift. Exhale, release to heart center. Good. Nice little shake out here onto your legs. Let's go ahead, come back to the top of our mat. And you may already be there. We're going to come standing into that mountain here. Inhale as we flow through again. Little back bend. Exhale here as we fold through. Inhale, prepare, half lift, gazing up. Palms come down, step back, float back into the high plank position, shifting the weight forward, lowering chaturanga. Open up here into that up dog. Exhale, press back into the downward facing dog. I just want you to hold right here for a moment. Press back, breathe. And I want you to think about, how does this down dog feel different than when when you started with your practice today? Do you feel a little bit more length in the backs of the legs? A little bit more length up the spine? Are you engaging? Are you drawing those quads up into the hips as you breathe through? Let's go ahead and inhale as you come forward into that high plank position, holding right here. Stacking here, we're going to go ahead and stack that left hand underneath the left shoulder. Left knee can come to the mat if you would want to, or we're going to stay here, draw those shoulder blades back, make sure you've got that long line, and then take a breath and then just roll over into that side plank. Now remember that bottom knee can come down here. A nice little kickstand, it can be here. You can go ahead and then lift the top leg up. And you can even do that if you were extended, right? You can lift the top leg up, brace the belly, brace the core. Bottom foot is a kickstand. Slowly releasing it here. Come back into that high plank position. We're going to go ahead and take it down, roll through, lift up, press back, exhale, downward facing dog. Or you take it to your child's pose. Do what's best for you. See how that's feeling today. It may not feel the same as it did yesterday or last week. It's okay. Give yourself permission. Coming forward here, back into that high plank position. Draw those shoulder blades down. Now you're going to go ahead, stack that right hand, switching sides, and then open up here. Roll it open. And that bottom knee can come here underneath the hip for a little bit more stability. And that top leg can come up. Or you're here with the legs extended and the top leg up. Working your core, working your back. And slowly releasing it down, coming forward here, rolling through that nice little chaturanga. Up dog, press back, exhale down, and breathe. Breathing here, down dog, child's pose. One more breath. And then go ahead, release the knees to the floor. Sit back to the heels and sit up for a moment. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go ahead and sweep those legs forward. Coming into some little seated balancing core work here. So from here, we're going to go ahead, walk our feet flat onto the floor. I want you to focus on bringing those shoulders away from the ears and then stacking them right in line with those hips. Drawing that navel to the spine. And then we just release back just a couple inches and then hold. As you're here and you breathe through, feel that you're engaging and closing that rib cage, and that rib cage is sliding down to those hips. So we feel some nice core work. Beautiful. And then slowly come back up. Exhale. Nice. As we come back this time, we're going to float our feet up off the floor into a modified boat pose. So take a breath and then just slowly come back to what feels good for you. And if you need your toes dropped here to help with your balance, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, let's go ahead and then bring those calves parallel to the floor, right? And the shins parallel to the ceiling. As we breathe here, if you want to bring those legs together, you can, and you're going to release those arms and reach out for a moment. Pulling that belly in, breathing through. One more breath right here. Balance it up. Exhale, release the feet to the floor. We're going to sweep those hands behind us, fingertips to the floor, and we're going to lift ourselves up here into that plank. So we're lifting ourselves up, draw the shoulder down, press the feet into the floor. As we breathe through, I want you to feel that your glutes are engaged, so you're pressing the feet and the heels down. You're pushing your hands into the floor, spread them wide. Feel the openness of the shoulders and the chest. Take one more breath. And then slowly roll yourself down. Bring the hips towards the hands, slide it back. Maybe take a moment and hover. Keep the glutes above the mat. Squeeze the belly. And release here. Go ahead, shake those arms out a moment. Walk those feet in, walk the sit bones into the floor. Inhale as we rise up. Exhale. I want you just to hinge forward a little bit, reaching for the toes. Draw the shoulder blades back. So we're not going to go ahead. We're going to keep the spine nice and long here. And then we're going to reach for our toes. If you can't reach for your toes, you can reach for the calves, reach behind the thighs. If you want to exhale as you fold into that. Now from here, we're going to inhale as we lift. If you want to, we're coming back into the boat pose. Slide those feet in, lift it up, and then extend and reach if you would like to. Bracing the belly, pulling the belly in nice and tight. Breathe. And then slowly releasing here. Fingertips here towards the heels. Let's lift ourselves up again. Coming into that nice plank. Push it up. You may stay here with the bent leg position, or maybe you want to walk those feet out today. Press and lift. Push up. Gaze to the sky. Heart is open. You want to feel strong here, so push the feet into the floor. Press the hands in. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Glutes are engaged. Glutes are engaged. And then slowly release it here. We're going to go ahead and lift ourselves up. Exhale here as we fold forward. So I'm going to let you fold all the way forward. You may collapse down into that, relaxing into that. And then as you're here, maybe deepen that stretch a little bit by flexing your feet. If you can reach towards your big toes and take your pointer and your index, wrap them around your big toes and then around your thumb, and walk those sit bones down into the mat. And then gently fold the elbows towards the thighs and then lift the chest. So I want you to think about the length here. So lift the chest, slide the shoulder blades down. Now pull the heels up off the floor. Pull the heels up. Feel the stretch. And then release. Exhale. Inhale, just sweep those arms up. And exhale, release. Let's go ahead. From here, we're going to sweep those legs behind us. Placing those hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Coming into like a thunderbolt here with the hand and the leg. So we're going to take a breath. Inhale, take the left arm and the right leg and reach it out and squeeze and hold. So working again through a little balance right here. Lengthen the neck. Just find a focal spot right at the top of the mat. Breathe, balance. And then slowly bring it in. Switching sides as you take the breath and extend. Left arm right to left. Hips and chest are parallel to the ceiling and the floor. We're extending nice and long. Feel the pull through the fingertips and the toes. And then slowly release here. Open those knees up and sit back to the heels. Exhale into that extended child's pose. The arms are walking out. We're reaching it nice and long. Forehead is down. And taking your breath. As we come forward here, we're going to come forward. Bring those knees back in line with the hips. Take those hands underneath those shoulders. You want to corkscrew the elbows towards the back of the mat here, just like we had been doing. And we're going to slowly lower yourself to the floor. So I want you to work through that and then release. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more working through the spine here as we go through. Taking it, I'm going to have those elbows here along your side, just where they were, the hands underneath the shoulders, as we come into a modified locust. Looking here at the top of your mat, if you're there, or just down at your mat, you're lengthening the neck, and you're drawing the shoulder blades down to your back pockets. Take a breath, and then lift that left thigh up off the floor, just the left thigh for a minute. I'm leaving the chest down. So we're testing the waters here. We're reaching that left leg, we're lifting up, and then reaching the toe to the back of the mat. So I want you to feel that extension through the leg. And then slowly release. switching sides. Take that breath and then lift that right leg up off the mat. So you're peeling the right thigh and you're trying to peel that bottom of the hip up off the mat. Lifting here. And then slowly releasing. This time as we switch, let's go ahead and rise the chest as we lift the left thigh. So just lift the chest, lift the left thigh up off the mat. And breathe. So breathing here, lengthening. Make sure that shoulder blades are coming down. The palms are just gently resting on the floor. So I don't want you to push deep into those palms. And then slowly release. Take a breath. And then exhale and lift the other side. So the heart is lifting. The thigh is lifting. The palms are just gently resting onto the floor. And then slowly release right here. Go ahead and turn the cheek to the right side. Let the arms just float down for a moment. Relax the head there onto the mat. And slowly lift up, and then let's look to the other side, relaxing the neck, stretching the neck. Arms relaxing out your sides. And lift your head back up. Now, if you want to, we're going to go ahead and bring both feet up off the floor this time, both thighs up off the floor. So bring those hands back in underneath the shoulders. Elbows are into your sides here to help support and stability. If you want to, just do 2 breaths on each side. Otherwise, we're going to hold for 4 breaths with both feet lifted up, and you can legs in line with the hips. Take a deep breath, and then lift the thighs, lift the chest, and hold. Breathing. 2 more breaths. Lift the thighs, lift the heart. And slowly release right here. Nicely done. Press up into the hands. Open the knees up. And then slowly come back into the extended child's pose. Exhale. To the toes, and then exhale, sitting up here onto your heels. We're going to go ahead and sweep our legs forward again, and let's slowly bring ourselves down onto our backs. And I'm going to finish out with a little bit of a bridge and then our relaxation. So taking that breath, then slowly lowering 1 vertebrae at a time. So starting, feeling that tailbone slowly coming down to the mat. Bracing that belly, and then you're going to relax into that mat. Take a breath here, and then turn the palms so that they're flat on the mat. Slide the heels in towards the buttocks, those sit bones there. Toes are facing forward. Palms again, forearms are on the mat, and then we're going to slowly roll up. Lifting here from the base of the spine and then rolling up here into your bridge. So pressing into the feet. The feet are strong here. Pressing the forearms down into the mat. Focusing on that you don't feel any tension here on the neck. If you'd like to, you can always bring those forearms and those triceps here underneath and stack on top of the shoulders, because you want to focus on being on top of the shoulders here. No tension there on the neck. Press up, lift up, and push into those feet. Breathing here. Belly supple, but feel the glutes engaged here. And then slowly opening again with those shoulders. Palms down at your side, forearms on the mat as you roll through. Releasing 1 vertebrae at a time. Hug those knees into the chest. Take a big hug. Swishing, pressing down. feeling that you're like flattening out that spine, stretching it out, lengthening. Exhale, release. Let the knees come in line with the hips here. Palms are out at your side. The arms are coming straight out from the shoulders so that you feel like you're a T. And then just tick-tock the legs from side to side, bracing the belly. Exhale, bring it back to center. So dropping it off to one side, and then exhale as you bring it back to center. So nice little tick-tock from side to side. A little twist on your spine for release, nice and easy, but working that abdominals as you walk through. One more each side. And last time. Coming back to center, holding, and then exhale, kick the legs up to the sky, flex the feet for a moment, nice and strong. You can keep your head here on the mat, and you can keep your arms here for support. We're going to be lowering down that left leg in line with the hip. Otherwise, you can go ahead. We can bring those arms up here over heart center, and we're going to make a nice little arrow here as we cross the thumbs, and we take the pointers to the sky, and we cross the bottom fingers. And we're going to go ahead, inhale, exhale as we reach up to the toes, hold here, and then slowly lower that left leg and reaching up to the right toe. And then squeeze and hold, and let's do 8 little reaches here for 8. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly peel the leg back up, release, and hug those knees into the chest. Exhale. Bring those arms back down into that T. Press the knees in line with the hips. Breathe. And then kick the feet back up to the floor here. Taking it to the other side. Bring those arms up and over. Heart center. Crossing again the thumbs. The pointers up and crossing the rest of the fingers. When you're ready, lift up. Exhale. Reach towards the toe. Switching sides. So now your fingers are going to reach a little bit more towards that left foot, that left big toe, and you're going to release the right leg down. Now, it may only be a couple inches here, right? Or you just lower, and if you want to take it to hip height, you can do that. Feel the stretch, and then lift up for 8. Crunching, good. Breathe. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, peel the leg up, and hug the knees into the chest. Back to the floor. Let's go ahead, release again one more time into a bridge. So heels are down, palms are at your side, and then lift yourself up into that bridge. One more time. Push. Breathe into your bridge. You're taking that heart and you're lifting it to the sky. Slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. And release. Finishing up before we go into relaxation with Happy Baby, you can pull those knees in, and then you're just going to reach for inside the soles of your feet. Your knees are coming here to the outside of your armpits there, right? And you're opening up and feeling the stretch here in the hips and in the groin. In the hamstrings, just gently pulling down. You may, if you feel comfortable, that the little rock from side to side, but that is optional. You can just kind of hold center. You don't need to do the rocking. Relaxing here. And then slowly bringing those knees together. Palms at your side as you make the feet come to the floor here. They make their way to the floor and release. Coming into your relaxation posture. You may walk the feet out to the outside of your mat into that bent leg and bring the knees together as cymbals as that feels good. You may also come into what they say cobbler or butterfly pose. Heels together, knees open up. And you may also then just walk the legs out in front of you and let them just naturally fall open. Let the palms come to the sky. And then come to your breath in your relaxation posture. So staying here, Giving yourself permission just to relax and release here. Just listening to your breath. When you're ready, you can go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, or you can stay into this relaxation posture as long as you'd like to. So if you want to just stay there today, just stay there. If you're ready, you're going to bring that right arm overhead, rolling over onto your right side, hugging those knees into the chest. Letting that blood flow come back a little bit more to the brain. And then slowly make your way to a comfortable seated position. Let's finish with a nice big mudra flow. We're going to inhale as we lift up. Exhale, just flow through, energizing yourself for your day, and release here. One more big breath, inhaling. Palms come together, coming through to heart center. Exhale. And namaste. Continue to be the light. I can see the light in you. Share it throughout. Continue to be humble and kind, and take care. Thanks for joining us today.